Hello everyone, I'm Soylent Greg.
And I'm Rado Goji.
And today we're doing something a little bit different on the channel. Instead of looking at our gorgeous faces, we're going to be doing tier lists, because everybody loves tier lists. We're shooting 2 tier list videos tonight.
Yep.
I'm doing one for myself, and then Patrick's doing one for him, because we didn't want to spend the whole thing arguing. So, I, of course, chose the most important thing that you could possibly put on a tier list ever, which is levels of the best video game ever made, which is Super Mario 64.
That's a weird way of saying The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
Haha! So we're going to get started. As you can see, you know how tier lists work, so I'm going to go through each of these. I have not prepared any remarks beforehand, so here we go. Alright, first up, we got Bob-omb Battlefield. Bob-omb Battlefield is a classic. This is the first level that everybody played in Super Mario 64.
It's the only one they can get to.
And you can see that big-ass thwomp right there. That thwomp...
That's not a thwomp, it's a Bob-omb. Or not Bob-omb. I'm even wrong.
Thwomp. Chain chomp.
Chain chomp.
My mistake.
I was about to say Bow Wow.
You can see that big-ass chain chomp there. That scared the shit out of everybody. This was the level where everybody went, holy shit, look at Mario. This is great.
Look at that chain chomp.
Plus, I feel like it gets points for that. Plus, it's got the wing cap in it. Any level that's got the wing cap in it can't be that bad. So for this, I'm going to give Bob-omb Battlefield an A tier ranking.
Okay.
All right, what do we got next?
I'll interject if I disagree, of course, but...
Is this Thwomp's Fortress?
That is Tall Mountain.
Tall Mountain. I remember this level being really hard when I was a kid. This is the one with the mushrooms, right?
Yes. And
the
monkey.
mushrooms that you jump at were really cool. The monkey was really annoying, and I could never make the jump onto the big rotating thing. Also, I got all 120 stars in this game when I was a kid, and got onto the roof and saw Yoshi. Yeah, Yoshi Club. What? You know, I may have been a complete fucking loser in high school who couldn't get a day of my life dependent on it, but I got all 120 motherfucking stars in Mario, and for that, I'm giving Tall Mountain a C tier ranking. Alright, next we have Jolly Roger Bay. Jolly Roger Bay / Dire Docks has not only the best music in the game, but possibly the best music in all of video games. It is the most soothing goddamn thing ever. That eel is terrifying, and just honestly, I love the vaporwave ambience of this level. I want to live in this level, I want to bathe in this level, not in the eel so much, but this level is the water level that set all water levels off. So I'm giving it an S tier. This is my kid's favorite level too. I love
it's
Jolly Roger Bay.
It's a classic.
Now on the opposite end of things, we have Thwomp's Fortress.
That's not Whomp's Fortress, that's Wet Dry World.
That's Wet Dry World. On the opposite side of things, we have Wet Dry World. Wet Dry World had the annoying gimmick where it is wet or it is dry, depending on where you jump into the painting.
That was a cool mechanic.
And it had really annoying bugs that pissed me off.
There are bugs?
Honestly, the bugs that, I don't know if they're bugs, they're insects, certainly.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
along
like
the
glitches.
surface.
I thought you were talking about glitches, not actual like bug, like insects.
No, I'm talking about the bug people.
The bug enemies, okay. I know
That
what you're
ate
talking
me,
about.
that hurt me. They touched my wee-wee.
Where... I was about to say,
Okay.
where did they touch you?
They made my controller vibrate in strange and unflattering ways. And for that, I'm giving Wet Dry World a C tier.
I probably would have... I actually kind of liked that level, so I would have put it higher, but that's just me.
Alright, next we have... What is this?
That's Tiny Huge Island.
Tiny Huge Island. This is the one where you go through one of 2 separate paintings, as everybody knows. And in one,
it's rad.
you're itsy bitsy and the world is huge. And the other, you are gigantic and everything is tiny. It is an absolute perfect encapsulation of the Freudian theory of psychological analysis, in which you are simultaneously prey and hunter. You are both ends of the dominance and submission triad. You are every dark intellectual adjective in the book. And for that, I'm giving it an A tier. It'd be an S tier, except the boss sucks.
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright, Tick-Tock Clock is a great level for a pedophile. D tier. Oh, shit. I fucked up. D tier. Fuck you, Tick-Tock Clock.
Yeah.
Caves.
Hazy Maze Cave.
Stinky fucking caves.
Yeah, that level sucks.
Full of fucking fog.
That sucks.
You know what?
I hate the red coin mission on this one too.
You know what?
It does have the Loch Ness Monster
The
guy.
Loch
That's
Ness
cool.
Monster is cool, but it's not enough to make it not D tier.
No.
It also has the metal cap, which is worst made-up cap for this game. One second, I'm going to get a drink. All right. Next up, we have Ice Mountain with whiny fucking...
Cool Mountain.
I will name them what I want to name them.
Okay.
Ice Mountain with whiny fucking penguin. Now, when you were a little baby who was sucking your thumb between levels of Mario and going, I hope one day I can have a job and a house like a real person, you might have thought this level was cool. It's not. The wailing of this fucking thing, this creature, this entity, this penguin will haunt you, will remind you of the endless grinding responsibility that whispers just outside of your field of vision like a monster in a Thomas Ligotti story every time you try to enjoy yourself and play video games. But it has a really cool ice slide, so I'm going to make it A tier. This is...
Dire Docks.
Dire Docks.
Yep.
Dire Docks is a shitty imitation of the best level ever, Jolly Roger Bay. D tier.
This is Rainbow Cruise?
Rainbow Cruise. Okay. Is it?
Yeah.
Then what's that one? Because that one's got a rainbow.
That is one of the secret levels.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So this is Rainbow Cruise. Rainbow Cruise, really interesting level. I don't remember it too terribly well. It's one of the last levels in the game.
It's okay.
I like cruises. Cruises are fun. But this also inspired one of the worst Smash Brothers levels. So I'm going to give it a B tier.
Okay.
Lethal Lava Land. I remember that one. Lethal Lava Land, legitimately one of my favorite levels ever. The second best piece of music in this game is when you go inside the volcano and there is that badass sitar music playing as you climb along the inside of the volcano. It's fucking great. This is also a level where you get to beat up bullies, which is always wonderful. You don't not just get to beat up your bullies, you get to put them in the lava and they dissolve and explode. S tier.
I would have put it a little bit lower because I hate the lava in that level, but that's just me.
Well, it can't be Lethal Lava Land without lava that is lethal. Yeah. So saith Dr. Seuss. Womp's Fortress.
Womp's Fortress is cool.
Womp's Fortress is alright. I was never... There's something wrong... There's just something contrary to nature in having a level that has a cannon in which you are able to fire yourself, but that really only has one direction in which you can shoot the cannon. So, no. I don't like that, Womp's Fortress. You are taking away my feelings of freedom and exploration, and for that, I'm giving you a C tier. By the way, the Wet Dry World also has a glitch in it in which you can kill yourself over and over again and still land inside the cannon. Ghost House. It's got ghosts. It's S tier.
It has that piano, though.
That's the piano is a fucking classic. Okay, everything about I'll talk more about it. Everything about this level is great. The creepy ass merry-go-round, the ghosts everywhere, the goddamn jump scare with the piano.
Oh,
it's classic.
I didn't disagree with you. I just didn't know if the piano would have been a deal breaker and you just forgot about it.
This is the other snow land that's
Snowman's Land. Fuck this level.
That's not as good as the other snow level. So I'm gonna give it a C tier.
I fucking hate when the snowman blows you off and takes your hat off. It sucks.
That took me like 12 tries as a kid. The one thing that is cool about this level and that makes me want to give it a higher one is that there are lots of opportunities to slide around on shells on top of icy water. But I'm gonna give it a C tier.
Well, the igloo was okay, I guess.
The desert. Who could forget the desert? I actually really enjoyed this level. When I was a kid, I used to play... When I was a child, I'm going to admit something really embarrassing. When I was a child, my sister and I used to play a comedy game, in which we would play this level in Mario 64 as if Mario was looking for the kitchen of the castle.
Oh, God, I remember that.
In order to find the cake that Princess Peach had promised him. By the way, no motherfucking cake in this game. You beat the game, Princess Peach doesn't give you any cake. And it's not a fucking like, oh, I got some cake for you, wink, wink. No, Mario doesn't get jack shit. But I have wonderful... What?
The cake is shown after the credit sequence.
You know what? I always passed out after that point because I have narcolepsy. A tier. All right, now we've got.
That's the first Bowser level.
This
or
is
the
yeah,
one?
that's the first Bowser.
Yeah, it's
level.
the first Bowser level.
So this one gets an extra bonus point for tricking you. At first, you see the picture and you think that, oh, this is a picture of the princess, so it jumps me into a land with the princess.
Oh god, yeah.
But then you hit an invisible wall. But that's actually horrifying because these things are pictures of what you are going to see when you jump into it. The portrait of, Bob-omb Battlefield is literally a picture of Bob-omb Battlefield that you leap into. The camera even mimics the position you will be in when you enter Bob-omb Battlefield. So a portrait of the princess would actually just take you to a gigantic world, which is the princess, and you are in front of her forever, and she is in front of you forever, and the two of you look deep into each other's eyes, into the infinite blackness of the void. B tier. This is the first slide.
Slide level, yeah.
Slide level is the best. I would play that ship by itself all the time. This is the Lava Bowser level.
Lava Bowser, yeah.
This is basically like the other Bowser levels, except it's in lava, which makes it a little bit less annoying, because if you fall off of it, you can potentially get back on. I'm going to give that a B tier.
Okay.
This motherfucker, if I had made an F tier, I would kill. I would put it in here. The most nerve-wracking thing in a video game. You know how you would play Sonic the Hedgehog and he would start like fucking drowning in the water levels and the music would get faster and your heart would start to pound and you'd maybe feel the nascent stirrings of the panic attacks that are going to haunt you throughout the rest of your life? This level is that on steroids because there's no air anywhere. You are trapped inside of a watery tomb looking for coins to free yourself, D tier. It's the worst. All right, this is the final Bowser.
Third Bowser level, yeah.
Third and final Bowser level. I'm actually going to put this as A tier because I like this one better than the other Bowser levels. It's weirder, and I just like it because it's the end of the game. It feels triumphant. It almost feels like a Double Dare obstacle course that Bowser is throwing in front of you before he lets you get to him. Except that nobody ever won the fucking Double Dare obstacle course because it was designed to make kids tap out right at the point that the prizes would stop being like cheap plastic crap that like Nordstrom's was throwing in its dumpster at the end of the week and start being things with actual value. So yeah, that's going to be A tier. This is a brick path.
That's the metal cap cave. That's where that's where the metal cap switch is.
I don't even remember this, so I'm giving it a C tier.
Okay.
I know you got the metal cap at some point, but every time I get to that point in the game, even when I was a kid, there's just a blank in my memory, as if I was abducted by aliens, and they put me back right after I got the metal cap. Is this proof that extraterrestrials have fucked with our Earth's history? Or am I just having a seizure every time I enter the metal cap?
C tier.
C tier. I remember this one. This is the wing cap one where you get the wing cap. It's a tower floating over absolute nothing, which is really creepy. And it's one of those things that I really like. I would actually have nightmares for years after this in which I was climbing a tower that was exactly like this. You couldn't see the ground. It was just blue all around you, which I don't think is an actual thing that can happen on Earth. So it's A tier.
Okay.
This is something else.
This, so you know how you go into the side room to get into to Rainbow Cruise?
Yes.
This is the level that's on the opposite side. It's a secret level, and it's kind of like the wing cap place, except there's just like a bunch of floating platforms with rainbows connecting them.
That's complete bullshit. I'm giving that a C tier. And this is the cool one that you go to get the Vanish Cap. Not only is this awesome, but I believe it's also underneath of the castle moat.
Yes.
Which is going to give it bonus points in my eyes, because floating around, anything that requires you to go to the castle and do anything on the outside is fantastic. D tier. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually going to put that in A tier. That's a fun one. All right, so that is all of the levels in Super Mario 64 organized. And now that I look at it, I don't like any part of this tier list. That's wonderful.
Hey, you did it.
So, yeah.
I don't even know why I'm here.
For the record, these are relative to each other. Pretty much every level in Super Mario 64 is fucking great. and was an inspiration on countless shitty 3D Bubsy clones that are even created today by the truckload on the Steam store. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, or complaints about the tier list that I just made up off the top of my fucking head, then have at it down in the comments.
Yep.
And if you had me do this tomorrow, it would probably look completely different. except Jolly Roger Bay would still be on top, because that level's fucking great. So anyway, up next is Patrick's tier list. Until then, that'll be up next. Until then, I've been Soylent Greg.
And I'm Rado Goji.
And we'll be here next time. Join us, won't you?